Oh, Rudy, good. I was starting to worry you'd forgotten about our talk.
Come on, man. This is one of two things I have going on in the town right now. I wouldn't blow you off. At least, not when something important's coming. I can tell you seem a little stressed lately.
And he tosses you a bag that holds your half of today's tuition fees. And as you look inside it, there's a single silver piece and 2 bronze pieces. I mean, at the rate we're going, we're not even gonna to cover the payment on the dojo. I think I'm at the point where I need to make a change. I've been writing back and forth with my brother, and he's agreed to bring some of his wares into town to get a shop set up for me to run. And I would be more than happy for you to help with that too. But I can't keep doing this full time. It's not paying the bills.
From the start, I knew you'd say that. Moving here was a decision that we both made in an effort to hold on to what we built on the road. And the intention was to take that piece of us and move it here in a more stable place. That's the whole reason we came here. Just keep doing what it is we're doing comfortably. I don't know if we can, if I can let go of that. I don't want to give up this position, this career, this skill set I've built up, that we've both built up.
I don't either, but I think we need to accept that those days are past. I'm sorry. As you enter into your room that you share with a number of the inhabitants of this orphanage, you see that Isla has pulled on her work leather shoulder cape kind of thing that is for shoulder protection, and she puts her pickaxe over her shoulder, grabs her pack. Felicity, I'm glad that you made it back tonight. Back in time. Labrador seemed in a bit of a mood today. I was worried that you might be getting in trouble if you were late again today.
I told her I promise. Though I didn't tell her I'd do it every night, she says as she sits down and starts eating her sandwich.
Well, I'm glad it at least looks like you're in better shape than you were last night. What happened?
Oh, it's part of the case. Can't say much, but I would be on the lookout for feral animals when you go to work.
Feral animals?
Yeah. I'm fine. Don't worry, she says as she takes off one of her gloves has a singe mark on it that she's cleaning off. She's like, yeah, I wouldn't worry about it, but and then she pulls out her bread knife to cut her bread, and it still has wolf blood on it, and she cleans that off too.
Oh my god, ew.
She's like, it really bit Rudy real hard, but yeah, there were some feral wolves when we went past there earlier today.
That's unlike that's not normal. The animals around here are never feral. Everything's always, birds singing in the trees and that's bizarre, but I'll keep an eye out.
Isla, just be careful, because the wolves attacked in the cottages, so...
I'll be careful, I promise.
Okay. Have fun at work, I guess.
I know that it's been rough with receiving messages from Atticus and memories wiped, and the last conversation we had, you know that if there is something that I can do, I will help you. Whatever it is that needs unlocked or shifted or fixed, if anything at all, I want to make it clear. I'm not one for letting things stay locked away.
Thank you. It's strange. I find myself not finding the words easily. It's hard to feel bad about not having memories when you never had them, but I want them back. I don't know what I'm missing.
Maybe that's a blessing.
But even if it's a blessing, they're mine to have, aren't they?
Yes.
I don't feel whole. It feels like I'm missing a gear.
Sometimes it's hard to know what you're missing when you've had it, and then it gets taken I don't know what I would do if I didn't know it all. So let's try to find that missing gear. Maybe it's not as far away as we think it is.
Are you missing something?
I have for a long time. Hopefully I'll be able to get it back.
I hope so.
Good night, CK.
See you in the morning.
Lysander, a mental ping jolts you out of your unrestful dozing. Something has set off the alarm that you set around the bonfire. Hello and welcome back to Performance Check. My name is Ethan Mann and I am your Dungeon Master. I have 4 wonderful players with me today. Say hi, wonderful players.
Hi, wonderful players.
Amazing. Today's icebreaker question, to get to know our characters a little bit better. When was the last time that you did something for the first time? I'm going to give it just a moment to let that turn over in the brain. Jimmy, you look like you have an answer. Why don't you go ahead and start us off?
With Claudia, I went to perform in my first New York City cabaret on Friday, so that would be 31st of January. We're recording on the 2nd right now, and that was the last time I did something for the first time, which was performing in New York City cabaret.
We mean us, not our characters.
I am totally okay with that. Let's learn about
No, I let me think of something for CK.
Sorry, I was sitting here like, what would and then...
Oh, I have something. The last time CK did something was a week ago, what he remembered for the first time.
There you go. There you go. Amazing.
I'm an idiot. Whenever you ask those things, I instantly go to myself and I forget. I am foolish. I'm very tired right now. Anyways,
Understandable. Entirely. Let's jump over to Claudia, learn about Lysander.
The last time Lysander did something for the first time, I think it was actually last session when he took out his lute and played it. And that was definitely a bigger moment for him, alone in his room with CK.
Michael, we'll jump over to you.
I think the last time Felicity did something for the first time, if we are counting all of our ventures up to this point, Felicity would probably say that this is the first time she's ever worked with a criminal before, specifically talking about Lysander.
Amazing. Last but certainly not least, Evan, we'll jump over to you, learn about Rudy.
Dude, I'm gonna be so honest, I can't think of anything crazy. I think Rudy had like 3 first times last session. I think it was the first time he had directly like made a sworn enemy. That was cool. I think it was also the first time he was tackled to the ground by a dog. First time a dog like burst into flames on him. That was new. Haven't had that one before. I also think, on a little sad note here, I think I can't think of a single time where Rudy would have ever shed a tear, and I don't think he had a very great night last night.
On that cheerful note, let's jump on back in. When last we left this band of heroes, they had gone their separate ways, for the most part, for the evening. Felicity back to the orphanage, Rudy back to the dojo, Lysander stayed in his shop, and CK stayed for a little sleepover because they had gotten some instruction from Atticus not to return to Castle Craith that evening, along with an ominous warning about potential going-ons in DTR tonight. Lysander, having set a magical alarm around the bonfire out in the woods, was jolted awake by this alarm going off inside of his head. Lysander, what is the first thing that you do when you jolt awake?
He quickly jumps out of his cot and throws on his cloak and rushes out to see if CK is still there.
CK, are you still there?
I am still there.
CK, the alarm I set on around the fire in the forest.
How long?
How long? 20 seconds.
Like since she left.
Since the alarm went off.
since the alarm went off, how long has it been the full long rest?
You have gotten your full long rest, yes.
Oh. I'm like turning it, and I like, for the viewers at home, I have like one hand above my head, one hand like underneath, and like I'm turning the key, and I like look at you.
The alarm I set in the forest. I just got a ping. We have to go.
Okay, can you remove my key?
Yeah, and he throws his cloak down and flies up to reach the back of CK and like kind of gives it a tug, and it gives a nice plop as it comes out, and he quickly sets it on the shelf.
Let's go.
As you two strike out, Rudy, you are jostled awake by the sound of breaking glass.
Oh, that's really bad. Hey, Ethan, just for character's sake here, for the lore, can I roll a con save? Because I was drinking a lot.
Dave, Rudy.
Oh, boy, oh
love.
boy.
I love player-induced consequences. Let's go.
No! Ow!
Did you nat one?
That was a 5.
Okay, hold on. Okay, un momento. I was not prepared for this.
Yeah.
DM
Rudy
doesn't know the
is-
status effects of drunk.
I don't
Rudy
think there
is-
is an official.
No, I stole something from Reddit, one idea.
I think I just made up that you were under like the effect of Bane, so you had a minus a D4 to all your rolls. I think technically when I've looked it up before, it says you're basically poisoned.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing too.
I mean, which they aren't wrong. Like medically, if we talk about it.
Ability checks and attack rolls.
Uh-huh. You said you got a 5 on that con save?
Yeah.
Rudy, as you are jostled awake and maybe have like a little bit of like kind of feeling as you come up from this probably home brewed drink that you are consuming.
It's water and vodka, dude. It's not great.
You are going to be suffering the effects of the poisoned condition. For those of you at home, a poisoned creature has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. That does not apply to saving throws, but disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. What is the first thing that you do as you kind of like collect yourself here, having been awoken by this sound of breaking glass?
Immediately his eyes are just going to snap open, and he'll kind of just drape the blanket off of his body and sluggishly roll off of the mat and just onto the floor before just standing up and making his way in. Pretty standard sluggish, slow, drunk movement. Just going to kind of curiously make his way over. Not too alarmed.
As you stumble your way over, you pull open the front door of your dojo and you see the shop across the street. Their glass front window has been shattered as if something has broken it from the outside and all of the glass has been pushed inside. And as you look down the street, you see something dark but on fire whip around the corner of the street. Felicity, we are going to cut over to you. And you, along with all of your bunkmates, jump out of bed as you are startled awake by the cry of a warhorse.
Felicity is throwing her hat on her head and diving down charging down the stairs, like grabs her bag, does a little to make sure Herky's in it, and then bolts, like not even thinking twice.
You pull your cap onto your head and grab your bag, Herky jumping in after you. You rush down the stairs, tear open the front door, and you see standing about 60 feet away a massive black horse. Where one's mane and tail would be is brilliant orange fire. It rears up on its back legs, lets out this cry, and gallops down the street. And every so often, it disappears and then reappears.
Felicity is going to, under her breath, go, horse, and then dash after it as fast as she can. Which I believe is 90 feet if I use my bonus action to dash and my action to dash. So I think I have 90 feet of movement.
That's insane.
That is crazy.
As you dash after this horse, it tears right past the front door of Lysander's shop, which has just been wrenched open, and Lysander and CK have started making their way out. You two see this horse tearing down the street of down the river, and Felicity losing distance with this horse. Despite how fast you are running, the horse is still galloping faster than you, but you see Felicity making chase after this horse.
What?
Yep.
Horse? Felicity? Catch up or get gone.
And we're
Lysander
gonna
takes off.
dash.
Okay. As it whips down another corner, you all see Rudy stumble out into the street as well.
Rudy, catch it.
Catching, and Rudy's just gonna start running. He is like zigzagging as he moves, but he is running.
The hell is wrong with him?
He is
I don't
above
want
the legal limit.
I'm not driving. I'm not driving. And he's just running.
Is there anything that you were doing to try and get this horse's attention, or are you just making chase?
I'm honestly just following the group.
Is there anything any of you are doing to get this horse's attention?
Are we kind of going in circles?
Not necessarily circles, but it is not necessarily fleeing, if that makes sense.
Is there a way I can somehow take a shortcut and get ahead of its path?
Because you have that shortcut feature. I tell you what, roll me. What kind of check would you like me to use to try and do this? What does this feel like to you?
I'm using either let me think. If I'm looking for, let me see what it says when I'm looking for specific details. I'm fine with either insight, because that's what I use for insightful fighting. I would think insight, investigation, or perception. Or you could I guess I could do animal handling.
Go ahead and roll me insight. I feel like that makes sense to feel out the shortcuts of the street, sort of try and gauge this horse's path. That makes sense to me.
15 plus 7, 22.
Absolutely. You are able to duck through some side streets and pull up in front of this horse through some miraculous dashing that you are able to do.
My next action will be I'm going to take my bag of marbles that I used on CK and throw it into the street in front of the horse.
As you throw out these marbles onto the street, this horse canters to a stop, rears up, lets out, this haunting cry again. There is a side street about 15 feet behind it from where you stand. It turns and tries to make its way back that direction, where I'd imagine the rest of the party is ready to head it off. No?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Can I please have everybody go ahead and roll me initiative?
Let's go.
All right.
Oh.
I will say, as everyone shows up and the horse turns around, Felicity's gonna look at the ground and go, "This is gonna suck to clean up."
I got an 18.
Thank God, because Felicity cannot roll initiative to save her life. I got a 7.
What do you want?
So hold on. That was Lysander. You got a
18.
18. Rudy,
21.
1. CK,
8.
8. And Felicity.
7.
Okay.
I'm a little out of breath, okay?
All right. Rudy, you are first to act. You are currently behind Lysander and CK, and this massive horse with mane of fire stands in front of your allies. What would you like to do?
How is the horse looking? Can I insight check it? Does it look angry? Is it cornered? Can I just try to discern how it's feeling right now?
Yeah, hit me with an insight check.
With the insight check. That's awesome.
It does seem like perhaps it's looking a little cornered because Felicity is on the other side of it, blocking it from escaping from the three of you.
Right.
But otherwise, from what you had observed when you were chasing it, it seems mostly just as if it is sort of animalistically, not necessarily like maliciously, but just because it is an animal galloping around. But it does have this same like fire flickering in its eyes that you saw in the wolves that you encountered in the woods in between the cottages and down the river.
All right, well, take two,
As a
baby.
reminder, Rudy, you're drunk,
I remember so well.
so you have disadvantage on that insight check as well.
Oh, yeah, that's funny. Yeah, it's still an 8. Okay, well, if it didn't work the first time, try again. I am going to kind of just try to animal handle it. I want to see if I can, just coax it into, calming down a little bit here. So Rudy is going to stumble up and kind of just like raise his hands up to the horse and go like, whoa, easy, boy. And I'm going to roll animal handling.
Okay. Roll me that animal handling check.
That is a 16 with disadvantage.
As you raise your hands and try to calm this horse, you see it again rears up on its hind legs and like paws its hooves at the air.
Okay. Once again, I am not going to attack it until it attacks me first. For all I know, he's just scared and startled. I'm going to hold an action, as you should do when you're trying to calm an animal down. If it attacks me, I'm going to beat it up.
Amazing. Okay.
That'll be my turn, yeah.
It is then going to be this horse's turn. Because you have approached it, Rudy, it is going to keep its attention on you.
And he's not going to calm down. I'm going to get beat up by the horse.
Rudy is really having some experiences with wildlife here the past couple of episodes.
I always give them the benefit of the doubt, and then they beat me up.
So Rudy, that is only going to be a 17 to hit.
Yeah, no, it doesn't hit.
Brilliant. So as it rears up onto its back legs, it starts like swinging its hooves at you, and you manage to like bob and weave out of the way to avoid being hit by these. As you see its hooves go like zipping past your head, you see that the where there typically would be like hair on the back of the legs of a regular horse, you see that these are also made of fire. It is then going to be Lysander's turn.
All right. So I'm also in the mood of he hasn't really attacked yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move back. Is that going to give him an attack of opportunity?
No, because there's 5 feet between you.
Okay. Let me just quickly do that. I'm going to move back about 10 feet, and I am also going to hold my action until I see him hit one of us.
Okay.
And he's also just going to call out to Felicity and say, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, just out of breath.
Oh, that reminds me, Felicity, you have thrown down some marbles. So we've got some marbles here on the
Difficult
path in
terrain,
front of you.
baby.
All right. Lysander, anything else you'd like to do?
I think. Can I just make a history check on maybe things that would calm horses down? Like, would I know anything
Or-
about that?
An animal handling check.
All right. Okay, that's a 13.
How to calm down a horse.
You go, whoa, Nelly.
Whoa, Nelly.
Just like that.
The way in which, though, on my turn, there's a good chance that I'm going to cast command and go, whoa, Nelly. Like, that was my plan.
Whoa, Nelly.
Whoa, Nelly. Easy girl.
Lysander, you think back to times that you have scrolled through r/horses, and you remember seeing a post
No
that
way.
says, keep your energy low, be quick but smooth, allowing them to see you physically sideways but never face on. You must be strong. To turn them from forward motion, then they have to feel and see you as safe. They need a leader moving in the direction you want them moving by using your ground skills. But now they should have ground skills. Circle them if still panicked, but keep your energy in your feet. Watch Buck Burnback video. Watch Buck Burnham videos.
You're not allowed to cut any of that out. All right.
So true.
So
Thank
what
you,
if we...
Sparky's Best on Reddit. I hope you're in the audience.
You
Okay.
remember your grounding techniques, right?
Lysander's gonna think back to when he goes, I'm in sunshine and rainbows. I'm in sunshine and rainbows. And then he's just gonna kind of slowly let those words come out to the horse and just be like, you're in sunshine and rainbows. Everything is okay. And he's gonna use a little bit more of his movement and move 5 feet down to get out of the direct eye line and be off to the side.
Amazing.
And then, that'll be my turn.
Okay, CK, you are up.
Okay, can I do a check to see if this is can I do a religion check to see if this is some sort of demon or fiend?
Sure, roll me a religion, I guess.
I have a +1 to religion for 12.
Can I give you information for free that you have an ability specifically designed to give you this information?
I forgot about that specific ability that can give me that.
I'll tell you what, if you burn one of those Divine Sense, I think it is.
Yes,
I'll
as an
tell
action.
you that.
I'll do that as an action, I guess.
This is
evil?
This is a fiend.
It is a fiend, and so it's probably gonna be immune to charm. Okay, I'm gonna walk up and just try to do what Lysander instructed and go to the side and try to calm it down. Whoa, Nelly. Whoa, Nelly. Whoa, Nelly.
Amazing. Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
Nope, that's it.
Great. Felicity, you're up.
Felicity, having finally caught her breath and just seeing everyone just go, whoa, is going to look at them all with her bread knife and butter knife out and go, so we're not trying to stab the demon horse? This is the horse. Okay. Show
You hear crickets.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, but it's still a horse, right? I mean, maybe somehow we could find more about it and what the hell is going on. I don't know if we should just get rid of this thing.
I'm gonna live out every stereotype that I've ever had, and she's gonna put her stuff away. I would like to use my insightful fighting I need to make a deception check as I make an insight check against it.
Deception is intelligence, right? I should know this.
Deception
Charisma.
is
Charisma. Better. 30-20.
Okay, so that didn't work. I got a 15 because of course I rolled horrible. Wait, don't I have something else that makes it so I don't do horrible in those? No, that's a different thing. That not working, Felicity is going to very carefully move past the marbles to make sure the horse is surrounded on all sides, and then just kind of go, easy there, easy. It's all gonna be okay. We're gonna be friends, and then we're gonna enter the horse competition, and we're gonna save this podunk town from being bowled over by greedy capitalists. And we'll save the farm, I promise. And I won't be an outcast anymore. I'll fit in, mother.
We're just
Where
like you
did
and
that
I.
come from?
A bit of. You're
You've
the
never had a
outcast in your
birthday
herd.
party where everyone assumes you're a horse kid, have you?
I have not had a birthday party.
That's devastating.
Do you want me to do any kind of animal handling or just want me? I'm there.
Yeah, roll me an animal handling check.
All right. I got a 15.
Okay.
Decent with animals because of Herky.
Aw.
Amazing.
I will also then hold my action to stab this thing in the flank once everyone else finally gives the okay.
As you are all trying to calm this horse, Lysander, you feel like you hear more galloping, this time coming from your right.
Oh, nuts.
But very little time to process that because, Rudy, it's going to be your turn.
We're just gonna, honestly, we're just gonna try again. We're going to try again. We're not beating up this horse yet. I'm putting my heart and soul into calming him down. He's got every right to be terrified. He's practically on fire. So I'm gonna animal handle once again. With disadvantage.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
With disadvantage?
With disadvantage.
Rudy's incredible drunk.
Way of the
Amazing.
drunken fist. Whoa, girl. Oh.
Amazing. You see this this horse looks as if preparing to take another hoof swipe at you, turns its attention elsewhere. Is there anything else that you would like to do with your turn?
Honestly, I know that's a hint to say, Evan, quit trying to tame this horse. You're not going to be able to do that. I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to end my turn and then continue to, whoa, Nelly, over and over again.
Hey, it's going to be this horse's turn. Oh, we love a meets it, beats it. CK, it is going to get
Yes.
a 20 as it has been Nellied by both Rudy and Felicity. It is going to turn its attention to you, and it is going to get a... You used your divine sense to get a vibe on it. You did not Nelly it. So it is going to bring one of its hooves down on you for
Nards.
9 points of bludgeoning damage. And it's the importance of reading your stat block all the way through. There's also fire damage.
You
3
got,
points of fire
20?
damage. Yes.
9 points of damage and how much fire?
9 bludgeoning and 3 fire for 12 total.
Gotcha. Thank you. Sounds good.
It is then going to start trying
do we get
to
that-
move.
Do we get that held action?
You were waiting for it to hit someone, correct?
Yes.
Then
hit me.
yes.
All right.
I'm someone.
Well,
You are.
All right. I am going to, because I know, I am very intrigued to see how this works. I heard the galloping coming from the right.
mhm.
Okay, I'm going to cast grease on the area to our right.
Is the word, is the word.
Do I
that
think it's
you're-
coming from this street that's going diagonal or a further street that's going diagonal?
You heard it coming from this direction.
Right there? At the blue?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna it's just a 10-foot square centered on a point within range. It becomes difficult terrain. Whoa. Holy moly. It becomes difficult terrain. And then any creature that enters the area or ends its turn there, also it has to succeed a dexterity saving throw or falls prone. So I'm gonna
Okay.
just cast that on that little, I want to imagine just the 10 feet. I want to, how do I
Like,
signify where I, yeah, that's great. Sorry, I was trying to figure out how to show it.
Rectangle. There we go. All right. So you cast this 10-foot oil slick basically here on the road to your right. Okay.
And I'll just shout, hey, heads up.
Felicity, Rudy, did you have held actions as well?
To beat up the horse if I got beat up. I didn't get beat up. I'm cool.
I don't know if I've gotten the okay that we're beating up the horse yet. That was technically my held action. Was
I
if
think
I get
you've gotten the okay.
No
I'm
one's
getting
swung
beat
on the
up.
horse. All that's happened is Lysander has cast grease on an area away from the horse.
The horse is scared. He is stressed. Let him relax.
I heard clomping, okay? I'm preparing.
I'm like, if I'm gonna... So are we beating this thing up or what?
This horse is going down.
All right, she's gonna swing with her butter knife. That's a nat
Amazing.
20.
Yeah.
Double that damage.
So that's gonna be 13 slashing damage plus double sneak attack damage.
Okay.
For 25 sneak attack damage.
25 sneak attack damage.
As soon as she gets the okay, you just see her like flip her bread knife and just stab it right into the horse's flank.
That was 25 sneak attack damage, and was there weapon damage as
13
well?
slashing damage.
13. Good lord.
Piercing damage.
You see some thick drops of blood immediately start coming from this horse as you plunge your knife into its flank. Anything else that anyone needs to do before we move on to the next turn? Okay, Lysander, you were up next.
I am going to now then attack the horse. Oh, that would be funny. That would be funny. Okay. No, well, no, we're not going to do that. Okay, sorry. I'm just going to go ahead and Eldritch Blast this guy.
All right, roll ahead.
That's a 13.
13.
Yippee! And that is 6 total damage.
Perfect.
And then I'm just going to, while I have this time, do I see any more or hear the clomping growing louder?
As you turn to look to the street to your right, you see another of these horses galloping quickly towards you.
All right, I'm going to then shout to the party, "There's another one! There's another one heading this way!" And I'm going to turn to face that one. And also just kind of signaling to the party where it's coming from.
Okay. Amazing. Is that your turn?
Yep, that's my turn.
Great. CK, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to slash at this thing. I feel like that's probably a pretty good idea.
Go ahead and do that with advantage as well. I'll call it flank here with Rudy that you have. I'll be
Cool.
generous.
You see my sword slide out, engage, and it's going to be a 14 plus 6 for dirty 20. And then I'm also going to do a smite on it. So that's going to be second levels. Hold on. So that's 5d8 total.
5d8 plus your weapon
Yes.
bonus.
4d8 plus my weapon, which is a d8. Which is going to be 24 plus 4 for 28 points of damage.
Should that radiant damage eviscerates this horse? I am, though, going to need everyone but Lysander to please make me dexterity saving throws.
Barnacles. 17.
Well, I hope that works. 16.
16. Rudy?
You said for a dex save?
Dex save, yes.
On a dex save with disadvantage.
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out if I have like an advantage. I thought I had like some sort of advantage on dex saves. I guess not.
You don't have disadvantage on a dex save. It's just attack rolls.
Or
and ability
advantage,
check.
I meant. I don't know if I had like a counteract thing here. I do not.
Oh, thank you, Michael. So yeah, not disadvantage, just straight Rudy.
Then that's going to be a 26.
So you're all going to pass. So you're only going to take 3 points of fire damage as this horse erupts into flames in the same way that the wolves in the woods did.
Not again. Not again.
Okay, CK, anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
No. Is that figure gone now?
That figure is gone. Yes.
Oh, yes. I'll move towards where the grease is and stand towards the end of the grease.
Okay, brilliant. So let's see. You can get all the way to the grease if you would like.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do it.
As you are making your way that way, now that this horse has exploded and there's nothing blocking the view, Felicity, you're the only one looking west down the street. As this horse erupts and clears your line of view, you see a creature made of fire with the vague outline of a humanoid slowly walking down the street towards you all.
Oh God, the horse has an owner.
Felicity, it's going to be your turn then. What would you like to do?
Felicity is going to point out the figure bathed in fire walking down the street, and then carefully stepping out of the way of the marbles, head to block, is going to see the grease trap and everything. And how far away is this being of fire?
This being of fire is about 80 feet from you.
Beautiful, but I can see it. So I'm going to once again make another insight check and attempt. I need to make a deception check. Never mind, doesn't matter.
Nat 20. I got an 11.
No, I got a nat 1. That's why it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I need... God, I'm trying to use this insightful fighting feature for, like, the first time in this combat, and it does not want to cooperate. I mean, I nat 20'd the hit anyway, so I didn't need it, but I'm gonna make my way... There goes my bonus action.
Downtown.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm gonna make my way over to here in front of Lysander.
Okay.
Blades drawn. By blades, I mean my butter knife and my bread knife. And then call Rudy over and go, I think CK's got the horse. I might need your help with this one. And that will be my turn. I will hold my action for the minute. If he comes within range or throws an attack at us, I am either throwing a knife or stabbing him. Or her. Or them. Sorry, I don't mean to assume.
Okay. It is then going to be this second horse's turn, who is going to continue galloping at full speed through this grease, which I believe means it needs to make a dex save, correct, Claudia?
Sorry, yes. Dexterity saving throw.
Amazing. How's a 6 do?
That fails, so the horse does fall prone.
As it is galloping its way through here, it falls prone.
Oh, we really are just breaking these horses.
It hasn't used its action, though, so I'm trying to think why you might tell me that I can't use my action to stand back up.
Because when you're knocked prone, it takes half of your movement to stand up.
It ran about 15 feet. It still has half its movement.
But it can stand up. I would assume that standing up in grease would be another dexterity saving throw, but I
Is
don't
that
know
the
spell.
case, Claudia?
Yeah, let me look here. Okay, when the grace appears, each creature standing must... Okay. It doesn't say, it just says, a creature that enters or ends its turn there must succeed on a dexterity saving throw.
Enters or ends
So,
its turn there.
if you stand up, and then you use your action, then you're gonna have to give me another dexterity saving throw or fall prone again.
Okay, that's what we're going to do. It's going to stand back up. It's going to hove at CK and wildly miss with a 12. It's then going to make another dex save since it's ending its turn in the grease. That's going to be an 8.
That failed.
Brilliant.
I have a question.
What's up, Mikey?
This horse is also... Is this flammable grease?
I was gonna say,
The spell doesn't ever, dictate whether or not it is.
it's slick grease that covers the ground and makes it difficult terrain. I would assume that all grease is flammable.
I don't know if we want to set the horse on fire.
But yeah, I
More
don't...
so.
Well, I don't know if we actually want the grease to be on fire, to be honest.
was like, I think that's a
kinda love
DM
it,
rule.
though. I kind of love
Someone
it.
look it
though.
up real quick. I would look it up, but
I've looked it up
I'm
before,
covered.
and it's always mixed because it doesn't dictate, so it's kind of on a DM by DM basis.
Lame.
God,
Plus, I feel like
this
if
is your
that's
call.
is it magical flame that is on the horse? Like I don't know.
It is no. There are no. They say that rules as written. If the spell only does what the spell says it does, which is it makes the ground slippery. There are apparently some greases that can be non-flammable. They say it's a popular house rule, though.
So, in the past 6 seconds, this horse has come galloping down the street, slips in this grease, falls prone, struggles its way back to its feet, hooves at CK, loses its balance again, falls into the grease. As it does so, this grease erupts into flame.
Lysander.
Rudy, it's your turn.
Watching the ground that the horse is walking on burst into flames, I'm going to immediately, yeah, I'm coming, Felicity, and just turn my eyes away entirely towards the road instead.
Don't worry about me. I have this.
What are we looking at? I don't see our guy on our map here. Is he coming, or what are we looking for here, Felicity?
Well, I moved 30 feet, so he's about 50 feet away. He's not on the map. There he is.
Oh, he's
I
on
just
the map.
popped him on
He
the
looks
map.
even scarier. Awesome.
Hold on.
I'm going to just stumble my way next to Felicity, and if it enters melee, I'm going to once again hold my action, beat it up if it comes within melee range, or if it attacks Felicity, and I can hit it.
Wait,
That's going to be like 15 feet of movement for me. Can I hold my movement to go up to it if possible? If it or is that a no?
that is definitely not how that works, but I'll allow it.
But it'd be cooler. It'd
Yeah.
be so much cooler.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So if it attacks, I'm going to hit it. If I have to move to do so, I will use the rest of my movement. But I think that's all I'm gonna do. Yeah. That'll be my turn.
Amazing. Lysander, you're up.
All right. I hear. I would imagine I hear CK say that they've got this, even though the flames have erupted, and I am just going to. I want to go and move slightly. I'm just gonna move up here so that way I have eye line with this fire creature. And for the amount of things that burn in this campaign and the fact that I haven't added a water spell yet.
That is a little silly.
All right, I'm going to just try and help with the fire as much as I can. I'm going to cast Prestidigitation, and I'm going to try to snuff out as much of that fire as I can.
Prestidigitation only allows you to snuff out a candle, correct?
It says a candle, a torch, or a small campfire. So I'm going to try to snuff out as much as that small campfire. As much fire as a small campfire will get me.
I'll give you 5 feet of this
Yay!
20-foot surface area cube. But much like the fire that you encountered in the woods, that the creature that you encountered there, which you might get the feeling is now standing in front of you on the road, much like that fire, you get the feeling that this is not going to last.
Yeah, I'm just going to go. And then I see that I snuff out just like this little tiny portion and go, all right, CK, you got this. CK, you got this. You got this, buddy. And I'm just gonna, turn my eyes towards this guy coming up and just kind of prepare myself for whatever happens next.
Incredible. Speaking of CK, it's going to be your turn.
Wait a minute, guys. I was being sarcastic. I gotta work on my sarcasm. Anyways, I'm gonna try to stab it. I get advantage because it's prone. Then I'm gonna upcast it to 2nd level.
Okay.
So then it's
that'll give
plus
you
4 for 5.
Yes.
1 for my normal D8, 5 for the Divine Smite.
Yes. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Jimmy is a
That'll be
big numbers
23
person when it
points of
comes to
damage.
D&D, if you haven't learned yet, listeners. 23 points of damage.
Yes.
Brilliant. Do you have a second attack
How did
yet?
that do? What?
You have a
I have
second
second
attack yet?
attack, yeah.
I was going to say, you're 5th
Yeah,
level now,
second
ain't you?
attack. Yep. I was just hoping that I didn't even use it. Okay.
Oh, no. It's okay. It's not happy, but it's okay.
I say the first one I
that'll
crit on
be
the
22 to hit. I'm assuming that hits.
Oh, yeah? That'll hit.
And I can't cast Divine Smite twice on the same turn, correct? Then that'll be another 11 points of damage.
It's starting to look a little bloodied. Incredible.
No, I made a mistake. No.
Oh, what'd you do? What'd you do?
No, I've just I thought I could kill it in one round and join them back up, and wouldn't have to worry about getting attacked by a demon flaming horse. No. Whoops. Hey.
CK, was there anything else you wanted to do with your turn?
No, I don't want to exit range, so I'm just gonna stay here.
Hot diggity dog. Let's go. Horsey here is going to... Oh, no, sorry. Felicity, you're up.
Felicity is... Well, the fire dude did not move at all. So
He hasn't had a
she's
turn
gonna,
yet.
She's gonna, like, see everyone, like, approaching. And then look over at CK and be like, they said they got it.
I was being sarcastic.
I am going to once again attempt to insightful fighting this creature. I need it to make another deception check. Come on, please, please.
How's a 19 minus 3? 16.
Meets it, beats it.
Woo!
Actually, I don't know what that means because we both rolled a 16.
I'm going to give it to you.
Cool. So this is basically just me prepping, but insightful fighting means that I have insight against the target, and if I hit it, I can always use sneak attack regardless, as long as I don't have disadvantage on it.
Always use sneak attack regardless as long as you have disadvantage on it. Okay, heard.
So I don't need an ally or anything. And after doing that, I'm just going to chuck a dagger at it. I'm tired of it just sitting there, awkwardly staring at us. I'm going to bring it in.
DM is
Does a
T-posing as the
10
fire
hit?
demon. 10 does not hit.
No, then my butter knife clatters to the ground, and she kind of just goes, "Do something!" And then, because I've had experiences where we're all grouped up and it's not a good thing. I'm gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20 over here.
Okay. It
And my
is
turn.
then going to be Horsey's turn, who is going to stand up. And it's going to take another swing at CK. CK, how does an 11? It's not going to meet your AC of freaking 20.
Yeah, no, it's not.
It gallop away. So it has to use half of its movement to stand
And I also get
up.
an attack of opportunity.
You sure will. It, however, is going to leap straight up into the air and fly 35 feet straight up.
Hey, how's a natural 20?
That's gonna crit. Roll that damage.
How's 15 plus 4 for 19 more points of damage?
That is going to hurt.
What? This thing is taking so much damage.
Before you hit it, I did almost 36 damage to it last time. So yeah, I'm not surprised.
CK, I intended to do this on your turn and forgot, so we're gonna back up here. Can you roll me a dex save?
Yeah.
Had Lysander not snuffed out 5 feet of this 20-foot surface area fire, I would have just made you take the 2d6 fire damage. But we're going to set it as a dex save DC 15.
You got a
Because
12.
All right. You, from that attack, are going to take 10 points of fire damage.
Ow. From the grease that I'm not standing in?
Yes, from the grease, because you are swinging into this fire that
Boo hiss.
has erupted. And you are not swinging at a horse that was standing up. You're swinging at the ground.
Boo hiss.
Hey, I'm only making you roll 1, even though you attacked twice. So
Well, the other one was in the air.
no, that was
Why
that
is
was
it
your
not
attack of
catch a
opportunity. It was the
break?
third.
Yeah, okay.
With
Well,
this
that's what I
Um,
thought you meant.
It is then going to be this silly little fire guy's turn. He
God.
is going to rather casually walk forward here, just past Felicity. As he starts to walk, he bends over and picks up the butter knife that you threw at him, and it melts in his hand. He walks forward, this molten
That's not
metal,
mine.
this molten metal dripping along the cobblestone street. He turns and looks at you, Felicity. You see a faint smile appear on its fiery face as it reaches over and places a hand on the house that you stand next to, and the fire from his hand jumps to the building. It is then going to also, Felicity, it is going to make its 2 slam multi-attacks at you. Felicity, that is going to be an 11, and then wow, it's rolling all over the place. An 18. An 11 and an 18 to hit.
The 18 will hit, the 11 will miss.
You are going to take 17 points of bludgeoning damage
I'm going
As
to
this
use my
thing-
uncanny dodge to have that damage.
as
So if
this
you want it to
thing
be-
slams into you. You are then also going to take a different dice. This will be halved by your uncanny dodge as well, but it would be 16 points of fire damage.
So 17, 16, 8, and how do you want to divide 17?
Rounded
9
down.
or 8? Rounded down? Okay. So 16 total.
16 total damage from this one attack from this creature. That is going to be its
I'm
turn.
fine.
I believe Rudy had a held action.
Rudy, you did have held action.
I did. I forgot about that. Okay. Held action. 2 punches on the Magma Man. How's he? Any
Magma
issues with
Man.
this? What could go wrong? Punch the Magma Man with disadvantage.
Well, will Rudy be flanking with me? Because then we could have a straight roll.
Yeah, if you're moving just over to 5 feet over, Rudy, then yeah, I'm happy to let that be it. Let the advantage cancel out the disadvantage.
Okay. Shoot. First is a nat 1. Second is 25. Punch and then
That one's
punch.
gonna miss, but the 25 will hit.
Really? That's crazy. That's crazy how that happens. Okay. That's going to be 8 drunken bludgeoning damage.
8 drunken bludgeoning. Okay. Rudy, it's then going to be your turn, actually.
I'm terrified to ask, mighty DM. But is my hand okay?
Your hand pulls away from the creature quick enough that it is okay. However, Rudy and Felicity, you both feel as if standing near this creature for too long could be harmful.
Okay. I can deal with that. So it's punch time, and then after I punch, I'm also going to punch. Off. Okay, let's see how our punch is going. 15, 14, 9, and 5. Okay, so 15, so that'd be 23, 22, 17, and 13.
The 13 will miss, but everything else will hit.
Okay, so Rudy's gonna go for a punch, miss, punch hit, and then he's going to kick and then kind of just like swivel on his other foot before jumping and striking with his other foot afterwards too.
Incredible. We love a flying roundhouse kick.
Yeah.
So first is 7, followed by 13, followed by 13 again. So that's 33 total damage.
Correct. Good math.
Thank you.
Faster than I could do it.
And then I am going to stumble away just far enough away as to I'm not feeling the heat from this Magma Man.
Which direction are you
gonna move-
going?
I'm just going to move like backwards between those houses. So like just away from Felicity, but not towards the horse guy. Until I no longer feel the heat. Just want to be on the edge here.
Excellent.
Edge of his radius.
As you move away, it is going to make its attack of opportunity.
Totally fine.
That is going to be a 19 to hit.
That is going to hit.
Okay, that's that much bludgeoning. 16 points of bludgeoning damage and 14 points of fire damage.
Awesome.
Total of 30.
What does it look like as this guy attacks us?
As this, it's sort of a wild, like ever shifting creature. When it came at Felicity, it basically just like body checked her like a hockey player. You, however, because it was turned to look at Felicity, you basically land all of these blows like on the back of its head and its back. It just wildly whips around and clocks you with an arm.
Funny thing, I entirely forgot that I have. Oh, never mind. I can't do that. Okay, never mind. Ignore everything I just said. Awesome. I think that'll just end my turn.
Okay. Lysander, you're up.
Okay, so this guy, I just need to take another look at where he is. And then he set fire. That's only a 5-foot square, right? That's on fire right now at the house.
So far.
All right. Yeah. Small campfire. All right. Woo! Lysander is feeling good. He's going to press it into negation, and he's going to snuff out that fire.
Amazing. You whip out your wand, and with a little poof, this fire dissipates.
And he is going to give a little to the fire guy. And then he's going to actually... Let's see. Yeah, he's just going to prepare for whatever happens next with this guy.
CK, that's going to bring it to you.
Okay. So how high is this horse? Is this horse out of range?
35 feet in the air.
What is my javelin?
And because
35
Lysander...
feet after half of its movement? Damn.
Yes, 35 feet after half of its movement. The grease fire has also completely reignited at this point. The snuffed fire from Lysander's last turn has been reignited.
Nuts!
I thought I was going to be able to make a valid argument that I was within range of slashing, but clearly I'm not. Okay. So, it is 35 feet in the air. I am 7 feet tall, so I'd be throwing from 5 feet in the air, and javelin range is 30. I argue that I should be able to throw without disadvantage with my javelin.
That is definitely not how the rules are written. Or intended.
I don't think the rules are written for 3D combat in mind.
Not how the rules are intended. But I tell you what, roll me a d20. 11 or higher, I'll let you roll it with just flat. 10 and lower, disadvantage.
Okay. 19. Okay, so now it's just flat.
All right, just roll it flat. You absolute booger.
Censor that out, please. Editor.
Oh
okay,
my goodness.
will one missed?
I'll censor absolute.
Yeah.
How does a 17 do on the second throw? Okay, 1d6 plus 4. That's 10.
You see, as you connect with this javelin, there are sparks and embers flying off of this horse, but it is still galloping away.
In what direction is it flying away?
Straight up.
Straight up? It's galloping straight up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It has turned to a 90-degree angle and is going straight up.
I'm going to then turn around, and I can't do anything against that. It's going to start galloping even higher. That's my maximum range. I threw both my javelins. I turn to Lysander and say, I no longer have this. Good luck. I'm going to salute to him and then go enter into melee range with our new friend.
Sunshine and rainbows. Sunshine and rainbows. There's flowers everywhere. They smell delicious.
You're going to eat the flowers?
Maybe. Maybe it just might put me to sleep. And I will finally be at rest.
CK, are you
You
catty
could
corner
sleep.
with this creature, or are you like stepping out in front of it between?
I want to
it
try to be
and
in
Lysander?
flank with Felicity.
Okay.
There we go. That's my turn.
Oh, I'm reading a little closer, and Rudy, I'm sorry, your hand got a little singed. I'm
I
not gonna
shouldn't
make
have
you
said
take
anything.
damage because I missed that in the stat block. But you did feel. You look down at your hand and your foot that connected, and there are bald patches where your fur has been burned away.
I have to buy new gloves. I love those gloves.
Felicity, you're up.
Okay. Am I taking it to believe that if I hit this thing physically, my knives are all going to melt?
It took a minute for the knife to melt when it had it in its hand.
Okay. Then I'm gonna swing with my bread knife, which I'm holding on to very tightly. With advantage. Come on. 18.
That'll hit.
All right. And because I don't want to risk it, that's going to be 10 piercing damage. And I'm just going to roll the sneak attack right away. And 9 sneak attack damage.
So 19 total, correct?
Yes.
Great.
And then
So
I'm going to swing with my last butter knife. Right. 27 will hit
oh yeah.
for 7 piercing damage.
This thing's starting to look pretty rough. You see embers falling, dripping from this body, more so than when it was just existing before. Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
Felicity is gonna look at CK and she is not looking good whatsoever, and is gonna kind of give a little, sorry, I think I need to back down, and dart towards the left side. So I want to be farther away from it, down the street. Oh, I can 5, 10, 15. Over here, away from building.
You retreat away from this creature. It has already used its reaction, so it's not able to take an attack of opportunity on you. Is that your turn?
That will be my turn.
Excellent. It is then this horse's turn, who continues to gallop up into the air, and as you watch, it vanishes in a firework of flaming embers.
What a weenie.
It is then going to be this fire creature's turn. First of all, CK, you are going to take 5 points of fire damage from being within this creature's vicinity. As you watch, this burning heat that has affected you also causes the full front of this, or side rather, of this house to go up in flame. It turns and looks at Lysander, who has just snuffed the first attempt to burn this house down. It is going to run at you. CK, if you'd like to take attack of opportunity, you are welcome to do so.
Oh, that'll be lovely. That's going to be 11 points of damage.
Would you roll to hit?
Oh, whoops. Got a little ahead of myself.
Just a little.
9 hits, right? Right?
That is going to be
Nice.
0 points of damage. So sorry, as you swing and a miss. Lysander, it comes for you. Not only have you put out this attempt to burn the town down, but also you put out its fire in the woods. It's going to make 2 slam attacks on you. First one is going to be a 24 to hit,
Yeah, that hits.
and then a nat 1.
That did not hit. That
So
does
you're-
not hit.
Are going to take
That does not hit.
16 points of bludgeoning damage as it bodies into you, and then
Okay. I'm
12
assuming
points of fire.
Oh, wait, so how much is that?
16, 12, 28.
16 and 12. Okay. So I'm assuming this guy is immune to fire damage, right?
It is made of fire.
Ugh. My one reaction.
I mean, you're welcome
Awesome.
to try.
I mean, I don't know what it would do. I mean, I guess I have a reaction. I might as well use it. Dexterity saving throw.
Okay. It's going to be Dex plus 0. So 13. No, an 11.
That fails. Okay, let's roll damage. Hellish Rebuke on this fire creature. 8 fire damage. I hope that does something to him. I really hope it does something.
You see it does wince a little bit,
Okay.
but not
Wow.
much.
Well, I'm glad that it did something.
Okay. It is then going to be Rudy's turn.
It is going to be Rudy's turn. I don't think I'm in the right mind to make really good judgment calls right now. I'm going to flank where Lysander is, and I'm going to go for another 1, 2, 3, 4 punch, 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 punch.
Rock and roll. Ew.
Ew.
Never
Rock
using
and
that again.
roll.
Rock and
yeah.
roll, baby. Woo.
Any rock and roll
Never
listeners
using
out
that
there?
again.
Any rock and rollers in the chat?
Leave a comment if you're a rock and roller. 18, 19, 19, and 15.
All will hit.
All right. I'm really scared by that. I'm about to just cook my arms here, but that's fine. 8 damage plus 11 damage plus 11 damage. Drop to die. Plus 13 damage. So it's 22 plus 8, which is 30, plus 11, which is fun. Punch, 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 punch damage.
You are going to take 13 points of fire damage in return.
You all watch as Rudy just charges stumbling back into combat, and he just starts punching fist after fist. There's no more form here anymore. He is just driving his fist into this fire creature, and as he does so, his hands continue to singe before he falls to the ground unconscious.
I'm seeing this last one as another one of those flying roundhouse kicks. And just as your foot fully square on the jaw of this creature, you just flop to the ground unconscious.
Please, DM.
In so doing, as that last attack lands, this creature erupts into a fount of embers. Sparks, exploding fire. Rudy, you're going to take 1 failed death save as this creature explodes. Lysander, can you roll me a dex save, please?
Nuts.
I cannot believe that you just made me roundhouse kick into the Family Guy death pose, dog. That's terrible.
No.
This is the worst.
Artist, can we have art of Rudy in the Family Guy death pose for this one?
I'm gonna need
Fans,
that to do
fans,
that.
if you're out there, can we get some fan art of Rudy in the death pose? Thank you.
Preferably
Thank you very
on
much.
fire. Balding.
That dex save was a 12 or 13. Sorry, I think 13.
You're going to take 4 points of fire damage as this creature explodes.
I hate. Yeah, I hate.
What,
With
one
Rudy
more time?
unconscious on the ground, Lysander and Felicity both in rough condition. CK, bit worse to wear as well. We are going to end today's session.
What?
I'm on fire.
There were 2
I am
horses
actively
dying.
burning.
We're all
not prepared for 2 horses.
I am drunk and on fire. My insides are flammable.
Here.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Performance Check. If you've been enjoying the show, please consider subscribing to our channel on YouTube and following us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. You can follow us on Instagram at performance_check_D&D for updates about the show and peeks behind the scenes. Performance Check is an original Dungeons & Dragons actual play podcast. All settings, situations, and characters in this story are completely fictional. The cast of Performance Check consists of Michael Soliski as Felicity, Jimmy Lancaster as CK373, Evan Marshall as Rudy, and Claudia Cromley as Lysander. The game is DM'd by Ethan Mann. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you next session.